佢哋因為一行禪師而飄。佢哋係一行禪師嘅弟子，當中包括建築師、律師、記者、音樂家，甚至神父、牧師、會教徒。
The business of the Buddha is to spread understanding and love and to help people be free.
今年32歲嘅法寧來自英國，佢16歲已經考入英國皇家音樂學院，之後更加以優異嘅成績進入劍橋大學修讀數學。5年前，佢決定追隨一行禪師喺法國梅村出家，希望好似禪師咁，以一生為眾生而飄。
Something started to wake up in me. Which was the desire to help, the desire to contribute something to my society and to offer something back to the world.
喺19歲嗰年，佢抱住懷疑嘅態度嚟到梅村參加禪修營。
Because at the time I was very skeptical. I had a lot of doubt, and I had a lot of a desire to kind of disprove everything. So I came here to see, is he really as good as people say he is?
同好多人一樣，當時嘅法寧從來冇面對過自己內心嘅情緒問題，亦唔明白自己點解會感到唔開心。直至呢一次禪修，剛好遇上母親節。一行禪師喺講學嘅時候，為悼念自己嘅母親，寫咗一首詩。當有一天，母親離開了你，你就像花兒失去了陽光，孩子沒有了笑容，夜空沒有了月亮和繁星。母親，難道你不知道我愛你？當法寧聽到呢首詩嘅時候，整個人崩潰。
When it was read, at a certain point, I started to cry. I felt a huge wave of emotion come over me, and it was so strong. I couldn't control it, and actually, I had to kind of run out of the meditation hall because I just couldn't control my emotion. Basically, I was finally able to feel the loss and the sadness after the death of my mother. My mother had died 2 years before, and I had never really been able to allow myself to feel those emotions. I had kind of locked it all away.
原來母親因病去世嘅2年以嚟，法寧唔知道自己原來從未釋懷，內心深處並未接受到母親突然離世，呢種抑壓成為佢痛苦嘅根源。
Because of the way I trained my mind, I think, to be very logical, very scientific, and I told myself that after the brain stops, after the brain ceases to function, then that person is gone. There's nothing more. I didn't have any way to deal with the emotions that were actually there.
第一次感受到自己嘅痛苦同對母親嘅思念，法寧開始學習通過坐禪等正念嘅訓練，去面對同釋放自己嘅情緒同痛苦。
I started to learn that I could be in touch with the pain without being drowned, and that really completely changed my life because things started to flow inside of me. I think before, there were a lot of emotion was very kind of stuck, kind of suppressed.
點樣先至能夠令世人遠離痛苦，得到快樂呢？一行禪師嘅身體力行，深深打動法靈。5年前，法靈決定加入梅村嘅僧團，追隨一行禪師，希望令世界變得更加美好。
This is the most important thing I can do with my life. And then once I knew that, then the only question was how? What is the best way to remove these obstacles and to offer something to be of service to my society and to the world? And for me, it's not the same answer for everyone, but for me the answer was monastic life.
嚟自美國，今年44歲嘅法容，同樣亦係因為希望世人能夠感受到內心嘅真正快樂，而追隨一行禪師。
When Thai asked me to join the Sangha, he said, "Do you want to join the enterprise of the Buddha?"
法容嘅爸爸係中國人，媽媽係越南人，因為越戰嘅關係，自小跟隨父母逃難去到美國。佢喺美國讀大學，仲成為一位出色嘅建築師。但係當時嘅法容一啲都唔開心。
I had a lot of difficult inside, a lot of anger, and because now people have a lot, but they still jump from the skyscraper. They become very powerful, but they still commit suicide.
喺大城市生活，法容眼見現代人有名有利都生活得唔開心，再加上自己同爸爸嘅關係疏離，工作壓力亦都非常大。法容喺16年前毅然一個人去到法國梅村禪修，希望喺一行禪師身上可以尋找到快樂嘅鎖匙。
I learned from Thai how to handle my feelings, my emotion, my anger. And so Thai taught me about meditation, about sitting still and following our breath.
通過正念嘅修練，法容學懂處理自己憤怒、抑壓嘅情緒，亦學懂去感受同珍惜爸爸以及家人嘅愛。希望更多嘅人能夠尋找到內心嘅平靜同快樂。法容決定出家，將生命奉獻俾一行禪師嘅快樂企業。
The business of the Buddha is to spread understanding and love and to help people be free.
一行禪師嘅弟子都會尊稱禪師做太，喺越南文係老師嘅意思。一行禪師相信一個人嘅力量係有限嘅，只有成立僧團，發揮團體嘅力量，先至可以改變世界。
And we know that alone you cannot do much. As a drop of water, you will evaporate. So you can only arrive at the sea only as a river. So if you want to change the world, if you want to help the world, you need to be a community.
佢13歲出家，係一行禪師身邊最年輕嘅得力弟子。
I feel I want to be his continuation.
一行禪師嘅僧團以生命延續禪師對眾生嘅愛。
So when this body is no longer there, I continue always through them. 晨光初現，照耀住法國梅村呢一片清幽嘅土地。同時，
映照出一個個中式嘅快樂身影。佢哋係跟隨一行禪師嘅弟子。今年已經87歲嘅一行禪師，每個月都會定期同喺梅村嘅100多個弟子一齊食早餐。喺梅村呢30幾年間，跟隨禪師嘅弟子越嚟越多，而禪師亦希望效法佛陀成立僧團，宣揚活在當下嘅正念思想。僧團亦即係梵文僧伽，僧伽係僧人團體嘅意思。現時禪師喺梅村嘅僧團已經有超過100名弟子，佢哋嚟自20幾個國家，不同嘅背景，當中包括建築師、律師、記者、音樂家。佢哋甚至嚟自不同嘅宗教，曾經係神父、牧師，甚至有回教徒。嚟自印尼嘅大定就係一位回教徒，佢喺1年前嚟到梅村，跟隨一行禪師修行，因為佢認為正念並唔係一種宗教，而係靈性追尋嘅一套方法。
Thai teaching is for the human being, for all the people who want to be happy, who want to be more deeply in his practice spiritual life.
梅村係一個非常適合禪修嘅地方，四周係遼闊嘅農田，令人心曠神怡。隨住禪師嘅弟子不斷增加，梅村嘅範圍已經擴展至超過100英畝。呢度主要分為上村、下村同埋新村。一行禪師同所有男弟子就住喺上村，而女弟子就住喺下村同新村。喺梅村嘅弟子會學習佛學嘅歷史，加深對禪修嘅理解。佢哋亦會被分派負責唔同嘅工作，每日會輪流煮飯、打掃同耕種。對於弟子嚟講，喺僧團每一日嘅生活都係修行嘅過程，而透過修行，令自己有更健康嘅心靈去幫助其他人尋找快樂。而弟子亦會協助一行禪師處理禪修營嘅行政工作，以及安排禪師出外講學嘅活動。
Building a Sangha is very important because a Sangha is a group of people who practice in order to suffer less, to have more peace and happiness and harmony and brotherhood. 喺梅村附近有一座杜哈斯城堡，係波爾多地區一個重要嘅地標。喺中世紀嘅時候，呢座城堡曾經係最強大嘅防禦堡壘，令當地人引以為傲。可惜喺法國大革命嘅時候被嚴重破壞，直至40年前，當地人合力將呢座城堡重新修葺，希望城堡可以屹立不倒，延續後世。一行禪師對佛學嘅承傳有住同樣嘅使命，人間佛法能夠世代造福眾生。禪師將世人認為艱澀古老嘅佛學現代化，佢更加將僧團年輕化，希望延續佛陀嘅精神。
喺梅村呢度，僧團並唔係高高在上，佢哋除咗會同禪修人士一齊學習之外，仲會同佢哋一齊玩。呢一日，僧團就同一班年青人一齊打排球，而禪師喺梅村亦推行咗一個5年嘅短期出家計劃，希望年青人能夠通過種種形式感受正念嘅力量，令佛學更加年青化，更貼近現代社會嘅需要。
If you do not renew Buddhism, Buddhism will die because the younger generation will not accept that kind of Buddhism. Too old, and that is why this kind of work to renew Buddhism, to come up with a new kind of language that can convey better the teaching of the Buddha, to come up with a new kind of practice that help people to recognize that is the practice that is needed for their time, kind of teaching and practice that can respond to the suffering of our modern time.
法友係梅村僧團裏面年紀最輕嘅一位佛法導師，同時亦係上村嘅主持。佢今年只有25歲，但係已經出咗家12年啦。
Yeah, and as a teacher, Thai's role as a teacher is to plant seeds in his student, which means that he plant his dream and his work into every student.
法友喺越南出生，自小喺加拿大長大，接受西方教育。喺佢9歲嗰年，爸爸希望佢能夠接觸多啲東方嘅佛學思想，所以就第一次帶佢嚟梅村參加禪修營。
I remember coming to Plum Village for the first time. It gave a big impact in my consciousness about Buddhism, because I was able to meet young monks and nuns. I think that was the biggest impact for me, and to see their freshness and their joy.
之後，每年暑假，年紀小小嘅佢，都主動向父母要求嚟梅村同僧團一齊生活。法友喺12歲嘅時候已經立志成為僧人。法友嘅爸爸好支持佢嘅決定，但係媽媽就非常反對。1年之後，法友再返到嚟梅村，內心非常希望跟隨一行禪師為眾生服務，於是再次向媽媽請求俾佢出家。
And I asked her again to confirm, and Mom, I want to be a monk. Are you sure? That means I'm going to live in Plum Village. I'm not going to come home again. And she said, very calmly, she said, yes, as long as you are happy, I'm happy, because that's what a mother wants for her children. And I was so overjoyed. And
於是，當年只有13歲嘅法友就開始出家，成為小僧人。今日佢已經係禪師身邊嘅得力弟子。
I feel I want to be his continuation. I want to continue him in the future, and to be able to do his work even after he passed away.
僧團將會係一行禪師嘅延續。梅村嘅僧團就好似一個合唱團，每一個弟子用佢獨特嘅生命，將一行禪師譜寫快樂嘅樂章傳到更廣更遠。
I feel happy. I feel that I have a good continuation. So when this body is no longer there, I continue always through them.
人點樣先至可以冇煩惱呢？點樣先至唔會被喜怒哀樂所牽動，痛苦一生呢？一行禪師認為，行、住、坐、臥就係答案。每年成千上萬嘅世俗人，甚至國家元首、政客都學習嘅一套禪修方式，究竟係點嘅呢？下一集繼續漂。